Hi, I'm Daisy,
Hi, I'm David.
and we're the MSA Crusaders. Hello, listeners. Welcome to another episode of MSA Crusaders. Hey, David, how you doing today?
That intro sounded like an intro to a book, an audio file, a movie. Like your voice was so much different there. When you hear this back, you're like, "Wow, I sound like I'm in a movie or something."
It just sounded. I tried.
I said, "Speak slower." And there you go. We got the stardom movie person named Daisy. So yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing alright.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say I'm not in pain, but I'm doing good. I am back from the
Recuperation.
I'm back from the floor of the bathroom.
David, you gotta stop acting out like that.
Yeah, well, you win some and you lose some, and I definitely lost that one, so it's okay. I got a kid home, and I got a watch that if I fall, it'll send the GPS and to my wife and mom and kids and stuff, so they come up and rescue me. So we're okay. We've got it handled. We're fine.
You're gonna have to wear one of those gate belts I saw today that has handles on them.
Pretty much, yeah, because I hit everything on the way down. So it just wasn't my shoulders and hips and stuff, or back. It was my back, my hips, my ribs. It was everything. So,
But you
uh,
know what? You look good. I was thinking when I heard you feel face forward that you really miss your face.
no, I had my hands above me like a touchdown score, and fortunately, I was taking off my shirt at the time, amongst other things, and my head hit my arm, so we're okay.
Ouch.
Not that bad. It's just pain, Daisy. It's
I'm
just
still
pain.
doing so good, David. Do you know I have not fallen in a year and a half?
Good.
My husband doesn't allow it.
I was gonna say he hasn't tried to push you in the last year and a half, right?
I'm just not allowed to stand up unless anybody's at home or in the room.
Yeah, that's responsible though. That's when when my family is gone from the house and I'm the only one at home, I wear my watch every time so that if I fall,
It
somebody
alerts
will
on.
know. Yeah. So I mean, what you're doing and what I'm doing is exactly the same thing.
That's right. Have you heard that they're developing a drug, fibrous growth factor, FGF1, to possibly treat Parkinson's disease by lowering or growing new blood cells in the tissue of the brain that is particularly known for creating dopamine.
Well, yeah, I read about one earlier today that was, I think it's kind of like human growth hormone, but yeah, it's the human brain something, what you're talking about. And it makes sense because if you can create more blood flow, more white blood cells and things can get to the parts of our brains that aren't working anymore, you would think that it would increase the dopamine, in theory. But I don't think that the issue with I don't think the issue with that treatment is that the lack of dopamine is because of the lack of blood flow. The lack of dopamine is the buildup of iron protein that misfolds and it clumps up together. So that's like many clinical trials and therapies. That's a different way of trying to see if it can affect MSA by just creating more blood flow or more capillaries, more blood vessels, more blood cells like that.
Well, what if the creation of more blood flow helps push those proteins out of the vessels?
Yeah, they're just trying to break it up, right?
Because they say that it's improving motor skills, and the motor scores of patients have been increasing. And sleep is better, balance is better, cognition is better, among the other qualities. I sure would like to try it.
Yeah, especially any more blood flow to the brain. It can't be a bad thing.
No. Kill some of the dead cells.
Yeah, unless we keep hitting our brain on the bathroom floor.
Keep the helmet on.
Yeah. Okay. So just like, okay, I'll stand right back in my wheelchair, Daisy.
Get one of those papoose looking things that protect the head if you fall backwards.
Yeah, they have an inflatable head protection. If you Google it, you'll see it. And when it detects a fall, it will. It's made for people who ride motorcycles. And if it detects a fall, it will instantly inflate around their head. And
like an airbag.
Yeah, it's made from. They're made from motorcycles, so maybe I should buy one.
They have them for the ones I'm talking about are for babies.
Oh no, we gotta have something nice looking, you know.
Like if you're just sitting up, like fall backwards.
Yeah, this thing's like a traveling pillow for like an airplane. It just flips right up and protects you. So
that's neat.
Or we can go to Michael's or Staples or Target and buy a bunch of bubble wrap
or styrofoam.
Yes, there you go. Right, a whole bunch of pool noodles and just wrap ourselves in pool noodles.
Yeah.
just, we can put ourselves in the bubble.
You know, next week, change the subject a little bit. But next week, Carrie's going to come back and talk about her still.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll talk to us a little bit about red light therapy.
Yeah.
You know much about red light therapy?
I know a lot about infrared therapy.
Is it something I should be thinking about?
Well, so infrared or red light therapy, infrared is below the visible light we can see right now. So as far as for frequencies, RF is the same thing that a lot of remote controls for TVs and things use, infrared or red light.
Uh-huh.
Red light is I'm going to give you a lecture here, okay? Check this out. So the rainbow is made of 7 colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Red is the first. By the way, there are only 6 colors. But I think Sir Isaac Newton himself... Well, no, 3 primaries. There's only 6 colors, but I think Newton liked the number 7, so he made a 7th color of violet for no reason at all, by the way. So there's only 6 colors, but he made the 7th just for his own. Anyway, so the first color on the rainbow, red, has the lowest frequency, which means when it comes to medical, using red light therapy for medical, it will only go like a couple millimeters into the skin. And that's good for theoretically breaking up fat cells, trying to get skinnier, for rejuvenating the skin by increasing blood flow, things like that. So you can go to your local Planet Fitness or Bally's, and they'll have red light therapy, but it's the same thing as infrared lights. Like you're getting a suntan, but you're not getting a light that hurts you. You're getting a light that actually is. Well, infrared will never hurt you in any way, but it'll start to make the cells beneath the skin start to move around to rejuvenate themselves. So it's been around for quite a few years, but it's interesting that they're trying to use that for MSA or something like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to go 6 inches into the brain.
Yeah. Well, again, it can only go so far into the skin. So infrared is not going to go through the skull. You would have to have a higher frequency, which would be a higher light, which would be something that's going to hurt you. But if they can, in general, have something, you see them all the time. You see them on TikTok, you see them on eBay, you see them on Amazon, Temu, Shein, like these red light therapy for your kneecaps, right, for your elbows, for your joints.
No, this is like a helmet.
Right, yeah, that's right. You see them for everywhere. They're made for them. But the issue is that infrared, aka red light, can only go a couple millimeters into the skin. So, it's not going to fix anything in the middle of your brain because it can't. It's impossible to reach that far.
Well, we will have somebody, I think she's a doctor, come on with Carrie to talk about her red light treatment.
Yeah, that's good.
And what's the one she has? I know it's like $1,500.
Really?
Really?
So, well, I take that back. You can send infrared pretty far because remote controls can go pretty far to the TV, right? You can change the channel from across the room, but and the ones you see at the local gym, like Planet Fitness, are only for like breaking up fat. They go like 2 or 3 millimeters into the skin. So if they're doing a much stronger frequency, then it could definitely reach the brain. It's kind of like you've heard of DBS, deep brain stimulation. Well, that's ultrasound, which is not the same as red light therapy. But if they can increase the frequency or the vibrations, then sure, red light therapy should be able to go where it's supposed to.
Well, I'm interested to hear what Carrie and Charlotte, that's her name, have to say about it.
I would too, because I mean, it's proven to help heal, especially joints like arthritis and things like that. It's proven to like decrease inflammation.
And inflammation is in the brain.
Inflammation is the killer for MSA. That's what kills our the pathways in our brain to the rest of our body. So yeah, if you can reduce the inflammation, God bless you. Like you're ahead of the game.
Yeah, they get clogged up with the proteins and iron.
The iron, yeah. Damn that iron. Could have been something else. So I was like, why don't we take less iron? Like take anti-iron supplements, but it doesn't work that way.
I wish it did.
Right. There was so I mentioned before, I think on my YouTube channel about the Michael J. Fox Foundation and this other, I think University of Florida has found a way to detect Parkinson's, both right now and like into the future, like if you're going to have it. And it's a type of like fluorescent stain technology, like when anyone's tests if you have strep throat, they swab your throat and they put it in a petri dish,
mm-hmm.
and they let it grow. It's something very similar to that. So there's this new study that's been happening since May of 24, and do you know that they have actually found 4 genetic risk factors? So 4 pieces of your DNA that are pointing researchers to say if this is mutated, you have MSA. So I mentioned before how I went to the Mayo Clinic and I had a Parkinson's test where they take your DNA and they said that they search for all like 91 mutated DNA cells that you could have in your body. If one of those is positive or mutated, you have Parkinson's. Well, now they have it for MSA, where they actually can detect. They find 4 new DNA risk factors for MSA, which they still got to do more research. But like I told you, ever since the Michael J. Fox Foundation they actually invented and found a test for Parkinson's, I said all that money now is going to go towards research. And now, like literally a year later, or 2 tops, now we actually have biomarkers 4 biomarkers for MSA. Now, it's not to say that if these are positive, you have MSA, but they notice that people with MSA have one of these 4 mutations of the DNA factor. So, that's it's going to finding the cause of MSA is going to come fairly quickly. I think in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think that we're on the route to something big.
Absolutely. I mean, as soon as they found the biomarkers for like Parkinson's, they leave a carbidopa to block stuff and to add on the dopamine, and now what was a lethal disease is now non-lethal. So I think in the next 5 to 10 years we're going to have definitely medication for MSA, in my own opinion.
I hope it's for our time. I really do.
Well, you keep being an optimist, and I'll pretend along with you.
Okay. But I know that what I was reading on this FGF1 is that they're capable, so that they're capable of growing new blood cells to the areas of the body, including the brain, and that the lack of blood perfusion to the dopamine producing neurons located in the region of the brain lead to lack of. I'm sorry. They they. I can't pronounce. I have trouble getting it out of my mouth. What I'm trying to say. But
Keep going.
but the substantial
The substantia nigra, yeah. This is
region of the brain
substantia
led
nigra
to
is where the putamen and the caudate are.
this lack of dopamine, and that's a classic symptom of Parkinson's disease.
Yeah. So that actually says there are more blood cells or blood vessels.
Blood vessels.
Okay, I swear you were saying blood cells. I'm like, how do you get blood cells there if you don't have the blood vessels? Okay, all right, we're on the same page here. Yeah.
Research has indicated that the lack of blood perfusion to dopamine-producing neurons as the brain is what produces Parkinson's disease. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, because the iron's clumping up the blood vessels, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like having a heart attack or a stroke. Well, see, here's the thing, though, too. This is why I'm so adamant about being active and not settling for being disabled, just because your body will regrow blood vessels, capillaries and things. If you have disorders or injuries or things like TBI and stuff, but if you don't try to put any effort into life, your brain, these blood vessels and blood flow is not going to happen. It's not going to try to happen. So that test it tells you how it's supposed to be.
Well, they say that the FDA phase, University of Cincinnati, the drug was able to grow new blood vessels in the hearts of individuals with coronary artery disease.
Coronary artery disease.
They can do that with the heart. Think about what they can do for the brain.
Yeah. I've said the same thing. What you're saying about blood vessels and capillaries, I've been saying the same thing about creating new neurons in the brain to make new connections for stroke patients. That's why I don't mind falling flat on my ass or my face or my shoulders in the bathroom, because I'm trying, and it's making new connections to buy me some time. So yeah, the same thing. I mean, in an injured part of your body, you have to keep flexing and keep moving and keep exercising, whether it's a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, or part of the brain. And not that it'll get cured, but the body can compensate. The question is, how much can the body compensate? That's everybody's different on that point.
Well, I have to say, I think I've hit another plateau, or I hope I have. I seem to be getting worse, but I have lost the center. Like I said, I can't balance like the scale on the other shoulders.
Oh, right? Yeah. Well, as good as I say I'm doing, I still go left. So I mean, you talk about loss of center balance. I mean, I still go left even after feeling great with stem cells. It's a part of it.
Well, that's how I picture myself. Is the scale at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
They're trying to adjust it. And they adjust it to find my center.
Oh, it's hard. You have to grab those handles on the scale. Hopefully they have them. So step on the scale, like, where to handle that?
It's how my brain feels. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's...
In the morning, when I go take that first drink of water, I can't find the center of the glass. I'm like...
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've been missing a lot of things with it. I've never said this yet on video or podcast, but yeah, I've been missing my mouth on a few things, trying to eat or drink. Thankfully, nobody's home. Everybody's at school or work, but it's like, cheekbone, eye socket, chin, tongue.
And trying to close your eyes and touch your nose.
Yeah, we used to do that one pretty good. See, I miss it.
See? It's funny, but it's not funny.
It's hysterical. That's hysterical.
It's like, I'm trying to take it as surveillance, but I can't find my nose.
But the fact you can still move your hands and arms and still find your facial features, so
That's something, right?
speaks wonders. Yes, absolutely. I think it does. What else was there? There was a ATH 434 is in stage 2 or phase 2, which is made to reduce the buildup of iron in the brain. So I remember reading a document about that, and it was saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, something like 10 or 15% of people notice minimal gain. But, minimal is still better than nothing, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Because they can still go back and tweak those medications and make them stronger or more aggressive or something. There's this one company which I was reading this evening, a German pharmaceutical company. It's called Anle 138B. So ANLE 138B is a German pharmaceutical company that has secured the money, the funding for their drug and clinical trials. And the drug ANLE 138B is made to prevent the clumping of alpha-synuclein protein, which is the hallmark of MSA. So it's another, experimental therapy, disease modifying. See, some of them like TAC 341 are try to break up the iron protein. Then you have this, ATH 434, which is, trying to reduce the buildup as well. And this German company is actually trying to break it down. So it's absolutely amazing.
The Kool-Aid Man. Was it the brick wall?
Well, yeah, it's like trying to stop a heart attack. Without a stent, you gotta have something to break it up. But it's nice to see that another company out there, another country like Germany, is also having good advances in clinical trials. At least for trying at the beginning.
We need to get Dr. Dahl here so he can tell us about how the research is going.
Yeah, which one was his? Which one was it?
TAC 341.
TAC 341. Yeah.
And we should get that other guy that. What company was it that was wanting to come on?
Was it Ono?
I think
we had one company that was like Ion Pharmaceutical. We had Ono that reached out too before.
Yeah, I have to look and see. I'd love to have people on here to update us on research, what's going on in the clinical trial world.
Yeah. Britain over in the UK and Ireland, the MSA Trust, they have Lundbeck's Amulet trial, which is another one going on. There have been a lot of trials started in the last 12 months. That was in phase 2 as well. So at least there's at least 5, 6, 7 clinical trials in phase 2 and above that are moving forward and not stopping.
I can't remember the name of it. There's one I read yesterday in the phase 4.
Oh, this is the final one then. Wow.
Yeah.
Is it therapeutic though?
I don't remember. I saw that it only did up to 5 years, and I'm already in my 5th year, so I was too late.
Yeah, so phase 4 has to be like a therapeutic, something to help the symptoms. Because if that was phase 4 cure, we would have heard about that all over the place by now. I think phase 3 is towards the end. Phase 1 is to see if it's safe. Phase 2 is to test a few people to see if it ends safe. Phase 3 is test a lot of people and safety. And phase 4 is like finalizing the drug. So if it was phase 4 for a cure, we would have heard about that by now. But it's probably like therapeutic.
I just was reading. I scrolled into the criteria and I saw that it's 5 years. And I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, there's a bunch of diagnostic clinical trials too. I mean, if they call me and say, "Hey, Dave, can we radiate your brain?" I'd be like, "Sure," but I'm not going to travel 10 hours for clinical trial for an MRI or something. There's other people that are closer.
There's a lot of clinical trials that are just in the observation phase too.
Yeah. Well, observation. You have to. You
You
have
have to
to.
study to know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't want to be the guinea pig for that kind of thing.
Not usually. No. Well, it depends how bad we are.
Well, being in 50 year, you're at a standstill kind of. People don't want to try to.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem is people want the home run and the silver bullet, and there is no silver bullet. There is no home run, right? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So there's two other things that I was reading about this week. One of them was like stem cells, like what I had in Mexico. Stem cells treat and cure a lot of things out there, a lot of diseases, a lot of illnesses. But the stem cells is not a treatment it's not a cure for MSA. So nobody has ever said take stem cells, you're going to be cured, but it will definitely help out a lot of the other issues and symptoms you have. Possibly like me, helped out the GI, helped out the bladder, helped out the tremors, helped out walking, blood pressure, my ears, my double vision. But there's things that it hasn't helped. It hasn't helped my voice, speaking. Right, it hasn't helped urgency per se. Um, and some other types of my walking. So, stem cells is out there being studied by many, 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 many institutions, medical for MSA and Parkinson's and anything else. Is just nobody remember stem cells is not a cure, but it will help alleviate some symptoms you have and help your organs regrow. Kind of like that red light therapy you were talking about.
And it
Um,
may grow your vessels too.
Yeah, seriously, it does. Stem cells are proven, but stem cells are not proven to cure MSA. Nobody has ever said stem cells are going to cure MSA. But if they can maybe give you a little bit of your brain back, right? If they can give you a piece of your lung back,
Right.
right? If they give you a piece, some of our colon, our bladder, right? What our GI tract, our throat muscles to regrow, get stronger. Isn't that worth stem cells?
Yes. I would love to have my bladder back and my
And
brain
and that's why you have to,
if I had one to begin with.
well, if you had one, yeah. Almost missed that one. That was too easy, too easy. But the problem is, stem cells take money, and to do it yourself. And if you don't want to do it yourself, you want to do it through a clinical trial. It takes time,
Yeah, you're impatient.
right? So, what do you have more of? Right? Not you. I'm just saying in general. We have to ask ourselves, what do we have more of? What resource? Time or money? Most of us only have one of those. We don't have both. So it's very important for individuals that have a disease like MSA to make up their mind. But the last thing I wanted to say was what's really becoming popular is using artificial intelligence for MSA. Um, there's a lot of research that I remember reading a study last year about AI reading through all these people's medical charts, and for years they were able to tell which patients have Parkinson's and are going to have Parkinson's in the future with like a 92% accuracy,
Yeah.
just using AI. So because doctors miss things, right? Doctors don't see everything always, but again, the notes have to be there, the documentation has to be there, so that AI can actually see it. I mean, when I was when I was in physical therapy, they had me in front of a computer with a screen that had AI. It was watching me walk. It was watching me walk, and it was telling me what degree and how much I was going this way or that way. I mean, so if you think about that in context, having cameras look at you, it would see tremors. It would see your facial masking. It would be able to detect a lot of things to help diagnose you. So AI in the next few years is going to be an incredible thing to have. I
That's
mean,
scary. I'll think about AI
no,
interference.
it's not. It's not the Terminator. It's not the Matrix or the Terminator. We're okay. But that's the thing, though. With AI, you have to give up your right for information. You have to allow it to dig into your life and your medical history and stuff. Otherwise, it's not much use to you.
I will say that I've been talking to a bunch of people online in the groups, and they mentioned that you remember that vibrating sensor that I felt like a cell phone on my spine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, other people were talking about they feeling it too, and that's a never said thing because they thought it was them. And some of them were having a feeling on their neck vibrate, and some of them were having in their heart. I wonder if that has something to do with internal tremors. What do you think?
I think so. Like palpitations or what's the tremor? The other tremors that ALS people have
Yes,
like one muscle will vibrate a bunch. Yeah, it has to be either
internal,
vibration of some type.
internal tremor. Because it goes along with those zaps in the head that
Yeah,
people say they have. I had those too. And then having zaps, a lot of zaps a day, to having vibrations.
are you
So,
talking about like electrical shocking?
yes.
Yeah, I get a lot of that in the side of it, like right where the putamen and caudate would be, the stitch and nigra, and the cerebellum in the back of the
Yes,
head.
in the back of the
Yeah,
head.
it's horrible. Yeah,
It brings you to your knees, don't it?
it's made me almost crash my vehicle before. Yeah,
It's bad. It makes you think you're having a stroke. It's so bad.
yeah, it makes you wonder what a stroke actually feels like. you
Yeah.
know,
Or what do you call it?
aneurysm.
Aneurysm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I told my wife last night. I walked into the bedroom. I said, man, I feel like I have an aneurysm. Like the shocking pain from MSA makes you wonder what these horrible conditions actually feel like because you're having such pain. You know?
And I learned that when I started having those apps or things or whatever, I go immediately take an ibuprofen, and it helps.
Nothing has ever helped me except for caffeine.
And
Well,
you get like down your spine, you get every once in a while you feel like a bee stings you
when you say it one more time.
down your spine or your shoulder. You feel like a bee stings you.
Oh no! Well, I get shocking all over my body anyway. So I'm allergic to bees. So
I am too.
that feeling I know for certain I don't have, but I do get shocking all over my body. But not because of like when I feel my head, I don't feel my body. It's now I have had my whole core, like from my lower neck muscles all the way down to my like lower torso all shocked at the same time. Like
yeah,
get some weird shocking
yes.
sensations, but yeah, it's different for me.
And I get the other thing I get is my feet feel like they're floating.
Oh yeah, I haven't had that one yet.
Oh,
Well, not unless I fall on the bathroom floor.
have you had neuropathy yet of your feet, your heels?
I have different neuropathy. Mine's delayed neuropathy, but I do have so Keppra. I take a lot of Keppra, and that helps with the pain for neuropathy.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
take that too. And I took Lomotrine, but I feel like my feet will just, my heels will burn, and then I'll feel like my feet are just floating, and I'll be like, can't put my feet down.
So I've had restless leg syndrome and permanent nerve damage from the waist down since 2001. So I've learned to ignore pain and neuropathy. Like so if you ask me what it feels like, I'll tell you nothing because I've ignored it for 20 something years, and it works pretty well. So
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's just annoying and scary.
yeah, annoying, shocking is what happens to me. Yeah. Yeah, but usually neuropathy is like a shooting pain or something happening at the end of your extremity. For sure. But I don't have much of that except for purple feet, purple hands, and shocking sensations.
Well, I've noticed that when I feel my heels burning, I look at my feet are very purple.
Yeah.
Very, very purple. Now, and my hands, they've been lately where they're so cold. So
Mm-hmm.
cold. I can't warm them up. I had 2 blankets, I'm talking about really thick wool blankets on me the other day. A fire going, and I was still freezing.
But blood flow.
I'm usually a very hot person. I
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
can't,
whoa, whoa,
can't, can't get cool.
Oh, okay. You tell about temperature. I got you, Daisy. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm the same way. I overheat and sweat, but yet my hands and feet are ice cold, no matter what.
Yeah. When you see my pictures, my legs are like
Mm-hmm.
spiderweb looking
Yep.
splotchy. But, yeah, the blood flow is not fun with MSA. MSA is not fun to the blood flow.
Yeah, the brain says no blood, no blood for you, like the soup Nazi.
Right. I would like some people to comment in the suggestion down here what they'd like to hear on our show, and comment if you have had the zaps or things.
If you shocked yourself with an electrical outlet, please let us know.
Yeah, it feels like you're being electrified. I've heard people say.
It does at times when it gets bad. Yes, it
Electrocuted.
feels like a police station here. Pretty bad.
It's crazy.
But yeah,
It,
definitely let us know any topics, any questions. Of course, we could just go live and have all the questions in the world too. So let's see.
and just remember that we're all supporting the Mission MSA, so go to the website and get involved with the groups
Yes, a
and support
lot of support, a lot of research.
a lot. And remember, we're all MSA Crusaders.
Absolutely. Thank you, Daisy.
Later.